When I was young, I applied for dozens of jobs and was rejected every single time. I applied to KFC. They hired 23 out of 24 applicants. I was the only one not chosen. Harvard rejected me 10 times. But did these rejections mean I was not capable? No. They only meant I needed to find my own path. You see, nothing is truly impossible in this world unless you decide it is. Think about it. What people thought was impossible yesterday is normal today. Flying across the globe, talking to someone on the other side of the planet in real time, or even building businesses that reach billions of people online. These were once dreams, and now they are reality. The secret is simple. The world doesn't change for you, but you can change how you approach the world. If you see every problem as an opportunity, then impossibility becomes nothing but an excuse. When I started Alibaba, we didn't have money. We didn't have technology. We didn't even have connections. But we had one thing, belief. We believed that if we worked hard and stayed true to our vision, we could succeed. And step by step, day by day, we turned our belief into action and our actions into results. You will face setbacks. You will be told no. You will hear people say, it's not possible, don't listen to them. Listen to your inner voice. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of the journey. Every time you fall, you are learning how to walk better, run faster, and climb higher. Success doesn't come to those who wait for perfect conditions. It comes to those who are willing to try, to fail, and to try again. If you have a dream, protect it. Don't let fear, doubt, or the opinions of others stop you. Because what seems impossible to them might just be your greatest achievement. Remember, impossible is not a fact, it's an opinion. Impossible is not permanent, it's temporary. And impossible is not a barrier, it's an opportunity. Believe in yourself, take action, and you'll see that nothing is impossible in this world. The impossible is often just something not yet tried with enough belief and action. When we think of impossibilities, our minds often conjure up barriers, limitations, and overwhelming challenges. But take a moment to reflect how many things that were once deemed impossible are now part of everyday life. There was a time when the idea of humans flying through the air in metal machines seemed absurd. The thought of communicating instantly across continents was laughable. Yet, here we are, living in a world shaped by what was once unimaginable. What changed? People dared to believe, and more importantly, they acted. Belief is the seed from which all great achievements grow. It is not just about hoping or dreaming, it is about cultivating a conviction so strong that it overrides doubt and fear. Belief fuels persistence. It helps people keep going when others stop. Think of the Wright brothers, for instance. They had no advanced technology or wealthy backers. All they had was a belief that humans could fly, and this belief drove them to experiment, fail, and try again until they succeeded. Their actions turned what was once thought impossible into a new reality. Action is the bridge between belief and achievement. Many people believe in great ideas but fail to take the necessary steps to make them happen. Why? Because action requires effort, risk, and a willingness to face failure. Yet, without action, belief remains a dream trapped in the mind. It is only through consistent effort, trial, and error that we begin to break down the walls of impossibility. Every step forward, no matter how small, chips away at the barriers that stand in our way. One of the most common reasons people label something as impossible is fear of failure, rejection, or ridicule. But what if we looked at failure differently? Instead of seeing it as a dead end, we should see it as a stepping stone. Each failure is a lesson, a new piece of knowledge that brings us closer to success. Thomas Edison famously failed thousands of times before perfecting the light bulb. When asked about his failures, he didn't see them as wasted efforts, he viewed them as valuable discoveries of what didn't work. His belief in his vision, combined with relentless action, turned the impossible into a world-changing invention. Impossibilities often exist in our minds more than in reality. We are quick to set limits on ourselves based on what we've seen or experienced. But the truth is, human potential is far greater than we can imagine. What holds most people back is not the size of the challenge, but the size of their belief. If you believe you can't, you've already decided the outcome. But if you believe you can and are willing to act on that belief, you've opened the door to possibility. The stories of great innovators, leaders, and dreamers all share a common thread: they refuse to accept impossibility as a fact. They dare to think differently and take risks. Consider Nelson Mandela, who spent 27 years in prison, but never gave up on his belief in a free and equal South Africa. His actions, even from behind bars, inspired a movement that changed the course of history. His life is a testament to the power of belief combined with purposeful action. What seemed impossible, a peaceful end to apartheid, became a reality because someone believed it was possible and acted accordingly. Our own lives are filled with opportunities to challenge the impossible. Sometimes the barriers we face are external limited resources, lack of support, or unforeseen obstacles. Other times the barriers are internal doubt, fear, or a lack of confidence. But in both cases, the solution remains the same: belief and action. When you believe in something deeply, it ignites a passion within you. And when you act on that passion, it creates momentum. That momentum may start small, but over time, it builds, opening doors you never imagined. It's important to remember that making the impossible possible doesn't happen overnight. It requires patience, persistence, and resilience. You may encounter setbacks that make you question everything. You may even feel like giving up. But those moments of doubt are where belief matters most. Belief is not about ignoring reality or pretending challenges don't exist. It's about facing those challenges with courage and refusing to let them define you. History shows us that the impossible is simply a matter of perspective. In the 1960s, the idea of landing a human on the moon seemed like science fiction. But President John F. Kennedy dared to set an ambitious goal, and through the collective belief and action of countless individuals, it became a reality within a decade. That achievement wasn't just about technology, it was about the human spirit, our ability to dream big, work hard, and overcome obstacles. In your own journey, there will be moments when the path ahead seems insurmountable. In those moments, remember that impossibility is not a fact, it's a mindset. It's the voice that says, you can't, when what you really need to hear is, try again. Belief gives you the courage to take that next step, and action turns that step into progress. Together, they make the impossible possible. So when you face a challenge that seems beyond your reach, don't shy away. Instead, ask yourself, have I truly tried with enough belief and action? Because often the impossible is just waiting for someone bold enough to believe in it and persistent enough to take the first step. That someone could be you. Success comes from learning to see opportunity where others see barriers. This statement is at the heart of every remarkable achievement in history. Life is full of obstacles, and for many, these barriers become reasons to stop, to give up, or to settle for less. However, those who succeed are not the ones who avoid barriers, they are the ones who learn to see beyond them, to find opportunities where others see dead ends. This mindset is not something people are born with, it is a skill that can be cultivated with practice, perspective, and perseverance. The world is filled with examples of individuals who have turned barriers into opportunities. Take the story of a young entrepreneur who noticed that small businesses struggled to compete with larger corporations because they lacked the resources to market themselves online. Where others saw an impossible problem, this entrepreneur saw an opportunity. That person was Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba. Starting with limited money, technology, and connections, Ma focused on solving the pain points of small businesses by creating an online marketplace that leveled the playing field. What others saw as insurmountable challenges, he turned into a billion-dollar idea because he approached the problem with a vision of opportunity. What sets successful individuals apart is their ability to shift their perspective. Barriers are inevitable in life, but whether you see them as obstacles or opportunities depends on your mindset. When most people encounter difficulties, they focus on the reason something cannot be done. They may think, this is too hard, I don't have the resources, or no one has done this before, but a person with a success-oriented mindset asks different questions. What can I learn from this? How can I turn this into an advantage? What is the hidden opportunity here? This shift in thinking transforms challenges into stepping stones for growth and innovation. Seeing opportunity where others see barriers also requires a deep belief in your ability to adapt and innovate. No situation is perfect, and no plan unfolds exactly as expected. It is during moments of uncertainty and struggle that creativity is born. When you are forced to think differently, you uncover solutions that might have been invisible otherwise. Take, for example, the story of Airbnb. The founders initially struggled to get their business off the ground. People doubted the idea of renting out space in their homes to strangers. It was an unconventional concept, and they faced countless rejections. But instead of giving up, they leaned into the challenge, refined their approach, and turned skepticism into an opportunity to create a groundbreaking business model. Today, Airbnb has revolutionized the travel industry. Another key aspect of seeing opportunity in barriers is resilience. Barriers can be discouraging, and it is natural to feel frustrated when faced with them. But success is rarely achieved by those who stop at the first sign of difficulty. Resilience allows you to persist when others give up. It enables you to push forward even when progress seems slow. Each time you overcome a barrier, you gain experience, confidence, and insight which prepare you for the next challenge. Over time, these small victories build into significant achievements. It is also important to recognize that barriers often disguise opportunities in their purest form. The challenges you face are often the same challenges others are experiencing. Solving these problems not only benefits you, but also creates value for others. Consider the story of Howard Schultz, the man behind Starbucks. When he first visited Italy and experienced the culture of coffee houses, he realized that the United States lacked a similar space for people to connect over coffee. Where others saw the American coffee market as unremarkable, he saw an opportunity to introduce something new. By addressing this gap, Schultz transformed Starbucks into a global brand. Turning barriers into opportunities requires courage. It is not easy to venture into the unknown, especially when others doubt you or when the path ahead seems unclear. Courage is what allows you to take that first step, even when you are uncertain about the outcome. Courage does not mean you are fearless, it means you act despite your fears. With each step you take, fear diminishes and opportunities become clearer. Success also comes from collaboration and learning from others. No one achieves greatness alone. Sometimes the opportunity hidden within a barrier can only be uncovered by seeking new perspectives or asking for help. The most successful people are those who are humble enough to admit what they don't know and wise enough to learn from others. By surrounding yourself with supportive, innovative individuals, you amplify your ability to see and seize opportunities. Barriers are not just physical or external, they often exist in our minds. Fear of failure, self-doubt, and limiting beliefs can be some of the toughest barriers to overcome. To truly see opportunity, you must confront these internal obstacles. Success begins when you start believing in your potential and embrace the idea that every challenge is a chance to grow stronger, smarter, and more capable. In the end, success is not about avoiding difficulties or waiting for perfect conditions. It is about seeing the possibilities hidden within every problem and having the courage and determination to act on them. The next time you face a barrier, take a step back and ask yourself what opportunity is hidden here. Chances are, the answer will lead you to something extraordinary. Failures are not endpoints, they are steps in the process of achieving the extraordinary. This simple but profound truth separates those who achieve greatness from those who remain stuck in mediocrity. Failure for most people is seen as a sign to stop, a mark of inadequacy, or even a reason to give up. But for those who understand the true nature of success, Failure is neither the end nor a defeat. It is a lesson, a building block, and a necessary part of the journey toward extraordinary achievements. Throughout history, some of the greatest accomplishments have been built on foundations of repeated failures. Take Thomas Edison, for instance. When working on the invention of the light bulb, he encountered over 1,000 unsuccessful attempts before finding the right design. For many, this would have been a reason to quit. But Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His perspective transformed each failure into a step forward, making it a vital part of his eventual success. This mindset is key. Failure is not a stopping point, but a redirection, guiding us closer to the solution. One of the most important lessons failure teaches is resilience. Life is unpredictable, and no matter how carefully you plan, obstacles will arise. The ability to bounce back from failure determines whether you continue moving forward or become stuck in despair. Resilience is like a muscle that grows stronger every time you face adversity and choose to keep going. Each failure you endure builds mental toughness and prepares you for even greater challenges ahead. In this way, failure is not a loss but a training ground for success. Failure also forces us to confront our weaknesses and limitations. It shines a light on areas where we need to grow, learn, and improve. This is not something to fear but to embrace. Imagine an athlete training for a marathon. If they fail to complete a practice run, it does not mean they are incapable of success. Instead, it reveals where they need to adjust their training, refine their strategy, or improve their endurance. Similarly, in life, failure gives us feedback information we can use to improve and come back stronger. Without failure, there would be no growth, no refinement, and ultimately no success. Many people avoid risks because they fear failure. But avoiding failure often means avoiding opportunities. The extraordinary is not achieved by playing it safe or staying within the confines of what feels comfortable. It requires stepping into the unknown, taking bold risks, and being willing to fall short along the way. Failure is not the opposite of success, it is a vital part of it. Every failure brings you one step closer to achieving something remarkable because it teaches you what doesn't work and helps you narrow your focus on what does. Failure also fosters creativity and innovation. When one approach doesn't work, you are forced to think differently and explore new possibilities. Some of the greatest breakthroughs have come from moments of failure. For instance, the invention of the Post-it note was the result of a failed adhesive experiment. What was initially seen as a failure, glue that didn't stick properly, turned out to be the foundation for a product used by millions around the world. This example illustrates how failure can lead to unexpected discoveries and opportunities if approached with an open mind. A critical element of viewing failure as a step rather than an endpoint is having the right mindset. This is often referred to as a growth mindset. People with a growth mindset see failure as an opportunity to learn and grow, while those with a fixed mindset see it as a reflection of their abilities. Cultivating a growth mindset means embracing challenges, persisting in the face of setbacks, and understanding that effort and learning are the paths to mastery. It is about seeing failure not as a reflection of who you are, but as a moment in time that helps shape who you can become. The fear of failure is often rooted in societal expectations. We are conditioned to believe that success is a straight path and that mistakes are signs of inadequacy. But in reality, the road to extraordinary achievements is filled with twists, turns, and missteps. Failure is not something to be ashamed of, it is something to be celebrated. Each failure signifies that you are trying, taking risks, and pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone. It is a sign of progress, not defeat. Another essential aspect of failure is the perspective it provides. When you fail, it forces you to pause and reflect. This reflection can lead to deeper insights about your goals, strategies, and values. Sometimes failure even helps you realize that the path you were on wasn't the right one, leading you to discover a better direction. In this way, failure is not just a step forward, it can be a course correction that ultimately brings you closer to your true purpose. Perhaps the most inspiring aspect of failure is the way it builds character. Overcoming failure requires courage, determination, and humility. It teaches you to keep going even when the odds seem stacked against you. It teaches you to be patient and persistent, to trust the process, and to believe in yourself even when results are not immediate. These qualities are the hallmarks of extraordinary individuals who leave a lasting impact on the world. In the end, failure is not the end of the story, it is merely a chapter. Each failure adds depth to your journey, making your eventual success even more meaningful. The extraordinary is not achieved by avoiding failure, but by embracing it, learning from it, and using it as a stepping stone toward greatness. When you view failure through this lens, you realize that it is not something to fear, but something to value. It is proof that you are striving for something bigger, pushing boundaries, and refusing to settle for mediocrity. Failures are not endpoints, they are steps in the process of achieving the extraordinary. Every great achievement begins with a decision to persist when others give up. This truth resonates deeply across all fields of human endeavor, whether in science, business, sports, or personal growth. The difference between those who achieve greatness and those who settle for less often lies in the simple but powerful decision to keep going despite obstacles, failures, and doubts. It is in the face of adversity that persistence becomes the key that unlocks extraordinary achievements. Success is rarely achieved in a straight line. The road to greatness is often winding, filled with setbacks, and littered with moments that test our resolve. In these moments, many people choose to stop, overwhelmed by the difficulty or discouraged by initial failures. Yet those who achieve greatness understand that challenges are not signals to quit, they are opportunities to grow stronger and smarter. They see persistence not as a burden, but as a necessary part of the journey. When others give up, they dig deeper, fueled by the belief that the goal is worth the struggle. History is filled with examples of individuals whose achievements were born out of their refusal to give up. One such example is J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series. Before her books became a global phenomenon, she faced countless rejections from publishers. At one point, she was a struggling single mother living on welfare, with no guarantee that her dream of becoming an author would ever come true. Many would have given up after the first few rejections, but Rowling chose to persist. She kept submitting her manuscript, fueled by her unwavering belief in the story she had created. Her decision to keep going, even when the odds seemed insurmountable, led to one of the most successful book series in history and inspired millions worldwide. Persistence is not just about working hard. It is about staying committed to your vision when progress is slow or invisible. This requires patience and faith. Consider the story of Nelson Mandela, who spent 27 years in prison fighting for the end of apartheid in South Africa. During those long years, he had every reason to give up: unjust imprisonment, separation from his family, and an uncertain future. Yet, he remained steadfast, believing that his cause was greater than his suffering. When he was finally released, his persistence bore fruit as South Africa transitioned to a democratic nation, and Mandela became its first black president. His legacy serves as a reminder that persistence can transform even the most impossible circumstances into triumph. The decision to persist is rarely easy. It often involves facing fear, self-doubt, and criticism. Many people give up not because they lack ability, but because they lose faith in themselves. Persistence requires inner strength and a deep sense of purpose. When you have a clear why driving your actions, it becomes easier to push through the obstacles. Your purpose gives you the courage to keep moving forward, even when the path ahead seems uncertain. Persistence also teaches valuable lessons that contribute to long-term success. Each setback and failure along the way provides an opportunity to learn and adapt. When you persist, you become better equipped to handle future challenges because you've already faced adversity and overcome it. Thomas Edison, who failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb, viewed each failure as a step towards success. His persistence wasn't blind repetition, it was a process of continuous improvement. By refusing to give up, he refined his approach until he achieved a breakthrough that changed the world. One of the most powerful aspects of persistence is its ability to inspire others. When you choose to persist in the face of difficulty, you set an example for those around you. Your determination can motivate others to keep going, even when they feel like giving up. This ripple effect amplifies the impact of your efforts, creating a legacy of resilience and determination that extends beyond your individual achievements. The decision to persist is also deeply personal. It requires you to confront your limits and push beyond them. Often, the greatest barriers are not external but internal: fear of failure, fear of judgment, or fear of the unknown. Persistence demands that you challenge these fears and trust in your ability to rise above them. It is in those moments of doubt that your character is forged and your resolve is strengthened. Success is not a matter of talent alone, it is a matter of enduring effort. Many people have extraordinary potential but never reach it because they give up too soon. The world does not reward effort that stops at the first sign of difficulty. It rewards those who keep going, who adapt, and who refuse to let setbacks define them. Persistence transforms potential into achievement. Ultimately, every great achievement begins with a decision to persist when the road is hard, when the results are slow, and when giving up seems easier. It is a choice to believe in your vision, your ability, and the value of your efforts. It is a commitment to keep going, not because it is easy, but because it is worth it. When you face challenges in your own journey, remember that greatness is not about avoiding difficulties, but about overcoming them. The decision to persist, even when others have given up, is the first step toward achieving the extraordinary. Each time you choose to keep going, you are building the foundation for success, one step at a time. Small, consistent actions lead to incredible results over time. This idea, though simple, holds the key to achieving long-term success in any area of life. Whether it's personal growth, professional achievement, or building meaningful relationships, the power of small, steady efforts cannot be overstated. While grand gestures and sweeping changes often capture attention, it is the seemingly insignificant daily choices that create profound and lasting impacts. The principle of small, consistent actions is best illustrated by the concept of compounding, a term often associated with finance but equally applicable to life. Compounding is the process by which small amounts accumulate and grow exponentially over time. In the context of personal effort, every little action you take, every decision to improve, to learn, or to try adds up. Initially, the results may seem insignificant, but as time passes, the cumulative impact becomes extraordinary. Consider physical fitness as an example. Imagine someone who commits to doing just 10 push-ups a day. At first, this effort seems trivial. 10 push-ups won't drastically change their fitness overnight. However, over the course of a year, those daily push-ups add up to 3,650 repetitions. Not only does this consistent effort build strength and endurance, but it also creates a habit that can lead to even greater improvements. The key is consistency. The person who performs 10 push-ups daily is far more likely to achieve lasting fitness than someone who does 100 push-ups once and then gives up. The same principle applies to professional success. Many people dream of achieving great things in their careers, but they often focus on dramatic actions or sudden breakthroughs. While these moments can be valuable, they are rarely sustainable. True progress comes from showing up every day, putting in the work, and gradually building skills and expertise. A writer, for instance, might produce a single page of content each day. In isolation, a single page may not seem impressive. But over the course of a year, that writer will have produced enough material for a novel. By committing to small, consistent actions, the writer transforms an overwhelming goal into manageable steps. Small actions also have a powerful psychological effect. They create momentum, which builds confidence and motivation. When you accomplish a small task, no matter how minor, it sends a message to your brain, I am capable of achieving my goals. This sense of accomplishment motivates you to take the next step and then the next. Over time, this momentum becomes unstoppable. It is often said that success breeds success and small wins lay the foundation for larger victories. One of the greatest advantages of small, consistent actions is their ability to overcome procrastination and inertia. Large goals can feel daunting, leading many people to delay taking action. However, breaking a goal into small, manageable tasks makes it less intimidating. Instead of focusing on the enormity of the goal, you focus on the next small step. For example, if your goal is to start a business, the thought of building an entire company might feel overwhelming. But if you commit to making one phone call, conducting 1 hour of research, or drafting one paragraph of your business plan each day, you will make steady progress without becoming paralyzed by the scale of the task. The long-term power of small actions is beautifully illustrated by the story of bamboo growth. When a bamboo seed is planted, it spends years growing its roots underground. During this time, there is little visible growth above the surface. Then, seemingly overnight, the bamboo shoots up to extraordinary heights. What appears to be a sudden transformation is actually the result of years of unseen preparation. Similarly, small, consistent actions often yield results that are not immediately visible but eventually lead to remarkable outcomes. Small efforts also build resilience. Life is unpredictable, and major changes can be difficult to sustain when challenges arise. In contrast, small actions are adaptable and sustainable, even during tough times. When you commit to small, consistent efforts, you create a habit that becomes part of your daily life. These habits provide stability and progress, no matter what external circumstances you face. They ensure that you are always moving forward, even if only by an inch at a time. In relationships, the impact of small, consistent actions is equally profound. Grand romantic gestures may capture attention momentarily, but it is the daily acts of kindness, communication, and support that build trust and connection over time. A simple thank you, a thoughtful note, or a few minutes of undivided attention can strengthen a relationship in ways that no single dramatic event ever could. Consistency demonstrates reliability and care, which are the cornerstones of meaningful connections. It is also important to recognize that small actions are not just about achieving goals, they shape your identity. Each time you take a small step toward a goal, you reinforce the belief that you are the type of person who values growth and perseverance. Over time, these small actions become part of who you are. They define your character, your values, and your approach to life. The power of small, consistent actions lies not only in their cumulative effect, but also in their accessibility. Anyone can take a small step today, regardless of their current circumstances. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment, the ideal conditions, or a burst of inspiration. You can start now with what you have and trust that each small step will bring you closer to your goals. In the end, extraordinary results are not the product of extraordinary actions, but of ordinary actions repeated consistently over time. Whether you are striving to improve yourself, achieve a dream, or create lasting change, remember that greatness begins with the smallest steps. Every choice you make, every effort you put in, and every moment you commit to progress contributes to the incredible results that lie ahead. Small, consistent actions are the quiet but powerful force that transforms lives and shapes the future. Believe in yourself even when no one else does, because belief turns dreams into reality. This principle is a cornerstone of personal achievement and the foundation for extraordinary success. It is often said that the most critical ingredient in achieving any goal is the unwavering belief that you can accomplish it. This belief serves as the internal engine that drives you forward, even when the road is uncertain and the external world offers little encouragement. Self-belief is not arrogance or blind optimism. It is the quiet, unshakable confidence that your dreams are worth pursuing and that you have the potential to bring them to life. It is the courage to trust in your abilities, even when faced with doubt, failure, or criticism. This belief does not come from external validation, but from an inner conviction that you are capable of growth and capable of greatness. History offers countless examples of individuals who achieved extraordinary things because they believed in themselves when no one else did. Consider the story of Oprah Winfrey, a woman who grew up in poverty and faced numerous obstacles, including rejection and discrimination. Early in her career, she was told she was unfit for television, but instead of accepting these judgments, she believed in her potential. She worked tirelessly, refining her craft and pursuing her vision. Her self-belief fueled her determination to succeed, and today she is a global icon and a testament to the power of believing in oneself. The journey toward any significant goal is rarely smooth. Along the way, you will encounter setbacks, critics, and moments of self-doubt. It is in these moments that belief in yourself becomes your greatest ally. When others doubt you, it is easy to internalize their skepticism and let it weaken your resolve. But true self-belief acts as a shield, protecting you from external negativity and allowing you to stay focused on your goals. It reminds you that the opinions of others do not define your worth or your potential. Believing in yourself also empowers you to take risks. Every great achievement requires stepping into the unknown, trying new things, and venturing beyond your comfort zone. Without self-belief, fear of failure or rejection can hold you back from taking these necessary risks. But when you trust in your ability to learn, adapt, and persevere, you give yourself permission to dream big and to act boldly. It is this willingness to take risks that often leads to breakthrough moments and life-changing opportunities. Self-belief is particularly important when facing failure. Failure is a natural part of any journey towards success, but it can be discouraging and even paralyzing if you let it define you. When you believe in yourself, failure becomes a stepping stone rather than a roadblock. It becomes an opportunity to learn, grow, and refine your approach. You begin to see failure not as a reflection of your worth, but as a necessary part of progress. This mindset allows you to bounce back stronger and more determined after every setback. Belief in oneself is also a catalyst for resilience. Life is unpredictable and challenges are inevitable. Whether it is a personal hardship, a professional setback, or an unexpected obstacle, resilience is what allows you to keep moving forward. Self-belief fuels resilience because it provides a sense of stability and inner strength. It reminds you that no matter how difficult the situation, you have the power to overcome it. This inner confidence becomes a source of motivation and hope, even in the darkest times. Another critical aspect of self-belief is its ability to inspire action. Many people have dreams, but not everyone takes the steps to pursue them. Doubt and fear often lead to inaction, causing dreams to wither before they even have a chance to grow. Self-belief, on the other hand, propels you into action. It gives you the confidence to take that first step, no matter how small. And once you begin, the momentum builds, making it easier to take the next step and the one after that. Over time, these small actions add up, bringing you closer to your goals and turning your dreams into reality. Believing in yourself also has a profound impact on the way others perceive you. Confidence is contagious. When you carry yourself with self-assurance, people are more likely to trust you, support you, and invest in your vision. This does not mean you should rely on others' approval for validation, but it highlights the power of self-belief to attract opportunities and build meaningful connections. By believing in yourself, you encourage others to believe in you too, creating a positive feedback loop that amplifies your potential for success. The journey of self-belief is not always easy. It requires confronting your fears, silencing your inner critic, and staying true to your vision, even when the path ahead is unclear. It is a process of cultivating inner strength and resilience, often in the face of adversity. But the rewards of self-belief are immeasurable. It gives you the courage to chase your dreams, the perseverance to overcome challenges, and the confidence to turn your aspirations into achievements. Ultimately, self-belief is the foundation for every great accomplishment. It is the starting point for turning dreams into reality and the fuel that sustains you through the ups and downs of the journey. When you believe in yourself, you unlock a world of possibilities. You realize that your potential is limitless and that you have the power to create the life you envision. So no matter what challenges you face or what others may say, hold on to your belief in yourself. Trust in your abilities, honor your dreams, and remember that belief is the first step toward achieving the extraordinary.